Greetings, friends. It's Dr. Marcia McPhee, and I'm giving you just a little demonstration of what I'm thinking about the movements for the benediction. 4 simple movements that you could invite people to do. As I say in the drama document, it might be good to teach it to the youth and the children and let them come up and lead it at the end of the service. But it's about joy and the way that we expand our hearts when we take delight and joy in heaven and nature around us. So we might lift up our hands. Expansion, we receive that reception. Transformation is about taking it into our hearts. And then compassion is about giving it to others, which leads to more joy and reception and transformation and compassion. Expansion, reception, transformation, compassion. So when you lead at the end of the service, what I have in the script is this. Our 4 movements of the service has been the expansion of our hearts as we gathered together, the reception of God's word as we proclaimed, transformation of our lives as we prayed, and now compassion for the world as we go. It looks like this: expansion, delight in the nature around us, reception, transformation in our hearts, and compassion for the world. It expands us outward. We receive so much from that experience. We take it in and are transformed by it, and we want that for the whole world. So I invite you to follow along with me. Joy, expansion, receive, transform, go forth in the world. So that's the idea, and then you would go on, the pastor would say the benediction. So you could have somebody besides the pastor leading those movements and then go right into the pastor, or the pastor can do that. And of course, if it's too much of a stretch for your congregation, literally stretch, then you might decide not to do that. But especially if you have some perhaps young dancers or maybe not so young dancers in your congregation, they could actually just do that movement for the first couple of weeks, and then you could invite people to it in the last couple of weeks. On Christmas Eve, it comes back again, and we invite the rest of the congregation to that, probably several visitors. So let's take a look at what that might look like. So this would be after everybody has candles, and they've sung Silent Night, and they've got lit candles in their hands. You could do it simply with them doing it this way. During this series on joy, we've been practicing some gestures that have helped us to see how joy works. They're simple, and we'll do this with our candles. We sing joyful praises, and our hearts are expanded. So just lift the candle high. When we receive God's word, we get connected to the very source of our joy. The candle just comes down to us. When we accept and love all that life brings, we can transform from the inside out. So you could cup that light with your hand, the inside out. And that deep joy compels us to give with great compassion to the world, and you could extend your candle out, which leads us to expand our hearts once again, and the cycle of joy continues. And so that cycle would be up and down, cup your hand, and then open to the world. Up and down, cup your hand, and give it to the world. Again, you could have just a few people do that as sort of movers. So let's say we had everybody turn and face the center of the center aisle. They all have their candles, and we have maybe a circle of people around the Christ candle at the end, and they do this. So people could just watch, or you could invite them to do it as well. So that's the simple little movement benediction. And again, I wanted to give your dramatists, your movers, your dancers a chance to do something special, something simple, and invite the congregation to it, or just do it with your congregation. I leave it up to you. As always, you adapt the scripts as you need to. All right, friends, have fun. Bye.